on.
Ladies and
Well,
gentlemen,
ladies and gentlemen, here's the blue percent. Well, Kako.
Welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the moment you've all been waiting for, the best Zelda category ever written that you've never heard of. Blue percent. So, I'm going to lay it on you. The way that this run is going to work is a couple different ways. First of all, we love the color blue, as you can clearly tell. You can't see it through here, but also I've got some blue rupee earrings. I also have some blue eye contacts, which, as I was telling my cohorts here earlier, is going to be extra fun because the right contact seems to shift in and out of my iris or eyeball. So we're going to get a little bit more fun if it keeps moving around during important stuff. So I think before I start our file off, I wanted to go ahead and just give a shout out to two people that are going to be doing commentary with me today. So I'm going to stop for just a second and let those two people introduce themselves.
I'll go first. I'm Cytox. I help with routing this. Go ahead.
I'm Kyle. I used to speedrun this game, but now I just make tasks and love tads, especially this category.
And my name is Lawrence, but also go by Aerith, and I am going to be the person that is running this category today. Something that's really fun to know, just based on who we have here in the call, is that myself, Cytox, and Kyle are all people that have put a lot of work into making this category. So I'm going to kind of let them explain a little bit more when we get into it for the sake of time. But essentially, this route is going to be collecting a bunch of blue stuff. We're going to turn things that are not normally blue into blue things. We're going to get items that are not normally blue to become blue. And it's going to be really cool. There's a lot of tricks that you've probably never seen before. And hopefully, by the end of this, you will consider being like, yeah, maybe blue percent's a pretty cool category. So I guess also my question was, did we have a file name that was met?
We do have a file name by a single $69.68 donation from Ratamoji. Thank you for that donation. The file name is Jart. J-A-R-T.
J-A-R-T?
Yes.
Is there a capitals or lowercase?
Capital J, capital... Oh, it's all lowercase, actually. It's how they donated it, so...
J-A-R-T?
Yep.
That is a wonderful donation.
Beautiful. I just want to make sure, too, before we start, because I think there aren't any... What is the last updated donation that you see on your end? Just because I want to make sure if I see them, that I can do the strong bad.
There's the $30 donation in the... So maybe if you give the page a refresh, you might be able to see it.
Yeah, let me see, because I didn't see anything come up there. Ah, okay.
Good.
Perfect. All right, so I'll keep my eyes open for that. All right, so we're actually not going to be doing official countdown yet. I'm going to start this because there's a new rule that just came out for this category. We actually do this off of a race file now, so it's going to start when we get control of Link. So I'm going to start our intro cutscene, though, and I'm going to let Kyle, if you would like to, talk a little bit just about this category since we've got 2.5 minutes to talk now.
Yeah, so as Lauren said, this is Blue Percent, where our main objective is to get all the primary blue items, such as bombs, bomb shoes, Ocarina of Time, hookshot, Kojiro, and any of the blue bottle items. And other blue items, like Zora Sapphire Water Medallion, Serenade of Water, Zora Tunic, Master Highland Shield, and the secret blue gauntlets on silver scale. And the rest of our items, they're not blue, have to be blue. But bottle contents have to be either fish, blue fire, or potion. And then we go beat the game and become blue. And the reason why this is important is because I don't know, actually. I was gonna hold that part.
No. The category is extremely important because what it's about is route diversity. Because we've all seen a million times, shout outs to my 100% runners out there, SRM and Ace, which is very, very cool. But you get a bit of redundancy, right? I think the thing that is important about Blue Percent as a category is the fact that there's a lot of archaic or antiquated tricks that you wouldn't see anymore because they become obsolete. And we've actually taken a lot of those otherwise obsolete tricks and used them and put them into a route so that you can still see them.
And it's still fast.
It is indeed still fast.
All right. While we're just waiting for this cutscene to end, we do have one incentive where I hear Aerith does a mean strong bad impression. So if you donate $15 or more, he will read your donation comment in the voice of strong bad.
It is.
So there you go.
It is quite true. I will give you a seal the deal, as there's your incentive to donate for a full sentence.
All right. You want me to just read up this donation that we got?
Yeah,
real quick?
Go for it.
All right. $30 from Zacharez saying another super fun marathon as always. Now about that fin pin. Yeah, definitely pop that fin pin while you still can, guys.
Okay. And I will officially count us down once we get control of Link here.
Yep, time is starting here soon.
So we're going to 3, 2, 1, and begin.
Good luck, have fun.
So I'll probably talk a little bit in between too, but I'm going to mostly let Psydox and Kyle do the talking.
Yeah, so usually with Ocarina of Time, you have to collect the sword, 40 rupees to buy the shield, and then go see the Great Deku Tree in order to leave the forest. We're going to do something different, and that's common in most speedruns. Either I'll let Satox talk about it, or I can talk about it when we get there. But basically, we're just going to follow a pretty standard route.
Yeah, so you want me to talk about this child part right here?
Yeah, you can talk about that.
Alright, well, simply put, we will be doing pretty much what you would usually be doing, however a little bit faster because you do follow a route to optimize movement and whatever. But instead of going to the Great Deku Tree, we'll be doing something else so that we can proceed in the quest.
And a little joke right there. So the reason I stopped is because the boulder was going to hit me. I accidentally set up too early, so I couldn't get the rupee. We call that the boulder of shame.
Yeah. Sheffer gets sad when you get boulder of shame.
Shout out to the boulder, really.
So Lawrence, why is the game not in English?
Well, you see, Japanese is faster because the characters scroll. There's more characters per line, so you don't have to scroll each individual letter, which happens in English, which is why English is fairly slow. It is quite substantially slow in longer categories. Light arrow cutscene, which you might remember, is when you have to get the light arrow and talk with Zelda, and Sheik becomes Zelda. Spoilers if you never played this game. And that cutscene is 9.5 minutes long. I think it's 9 minutes in English and 7.5 in Japanese. So quite substantial. Yeah.
It's a 5-part cutscene. So I mentioned we're going to do something a bit different at the start. This is what we're going to do. This is Toki. And what's cool about him is if we crouch at this wall and talk to him,
Hello.
you kind of just slide right into him. And we get into a circle. And what this means is we can roll under him to essentially leave the forest. And what's cool about this is if we talk to Navi, she will still tell us to go leave the Deku Tree, even if we're adult, because we haven't set the flag yet. But I don't think we'll be seeing Navi or talking to her much lately.
I don't think we use Navi text at all in this run, with the exception of like some...
Navi dive.
Oh, right. You're totally right. We use it in like 5 minutes, right?
Like, Navi dive is one, and then if you don't do Navi ISG with the Poe, then yeah.
Like we got a couple donations real quick, and we'll hit that, and they are the incentive amount. So there's first $60 from Super Lewis. I'll let you take it away.
Let's see. Yes. Let's end side quest with a bang.
There you go. And then $25 from Kurt Plop saying, thanks for an amazing Zeldathon, everybody. Hope to see you all again next time. And then the next part is Strong Bet.
Let's see. All right, Dijart, take us home with your skills of an elf man.
There you go.
I missed the
That
last
is-
part.
You are not Joe. That is a really good Strong Bet.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, there's one last thing I'd like to promote here really quick.
for it.
We have a donation matching incentive to round out the marathon. If you donate $5, that is a blue rupee. So every donation of $5 to $5.99, Funny Man will be matching $10. So if you donate $5, you'll get an extra $10 donated from Funny Man and Google up to 100 times. So if we can get 100 $5 donations, that'll be matched with $1,000 total. So get those $5 donations in.
Side Talks, do you want to explain what's going to happen here?
Sure. Well, basically what's happening is that we're going to Kakariko. And while we're walking backwards, as you can see, the reason for that is because it's actually the fastest form of movement for Link as a child. If you're playing the game normally without any form of tools. But we're jumping off the side here, and as you saw, he slashed and he hit the wall, and now he's sliding, and now he's going fast backwards, going back into Kakariko, and that's just a trick called Water Extended Super Slide, but there's no point in going super into that. You'll be seeing more of that.
It goes fast. Oh.
Yeah. It's not the worst part ever, cut goes. Everyone hates this section.
Cuccos have been present in pretty much every OOT route up until they changed the way that like SRM worked. So basically you don't leave.
Every category but glitchless. They
Glitches still uses it,
skip
right?
this bottle. No, they use riddle bottle.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah.
Shows how much I know about glitches.
Yeah, they completely skip this bottle entirely.
All right, real quick, while you're taking care of Cuccos, we have a bunch of donations thanks to that match. Broken with $5, jumping on donation matching. Infantino Duck with $502, one last donation. Perry with $5, saying Daba Dee, Daba Die. Of course. Chic is Zelda.
Chic
Our
is.
resident. Yeah, that is our resident spoiler username. $5 as well. It's never your net last donation at Zeldathon, of course. Drum Ultima with $5. Nick Smad Science says, have my $5 donation. Bluetooth with $5 saying, yeah, blue. Gus with a 511. And Kiros with the 511 saying, we donation match. And there you go. That's like 9 $5 donations right there. So that's $90 that's going to be matched. Keep them coming. Volta Leon with 511 saying blue percent is the true percent.
It is
also a nice
very true.
escape split.
Oh my goodness, you're right. I have not, dude. It has been so long since I've split. I will not lie. Okay, we're gonna. I don't have a skip button, so we're gonna go ahead and just pretend that this is a very late split.
Yeah.
There. Oh my goodness, look at this cook. Oh, he was like hiding underneath.
The lady.
Yeah.
Shouts to Andrew, who has a very big hitbox.
All right. Oh look, our bottle. Totally. Yes. Very, very bottle.
So what we're going to see Lawrence do is called a Navi Dive. Basically, if you drone flash, Link takes a step back. So if we talk to Navi during this, Link takes another step back pretty much. And while Navi's talking, all of the actors lose their physics, including water, so we can just fall right through it and skip things.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Storms. Our main reason to go here is for
Oh my goodness.
explosives and coins and rupees.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the Skulltula hit me, and then I didn't get ISC off the stick, so we're gonna have to do this a little bit slower.
I just wanted to add in, as you guys noticed, he mentioned ISG. That's Infinite Sword Glitch, and when you use that, the sword is slashing infinitely, and it has some funny effects, and allows you to do some glitches.
Yeah, so right now we have a trick called inverse camera angle, so I'm looking this way while targeting, so I can see the bubble. And I have ISG, so what that does is it lets me hover in place, and then I use this to go to B2, and then I'm gonna west off of this. Oh, and then drop it completely. And so now I'm in B1 of the well. And what this lets me do is that I can use this water column to write it up. And you'll get
for
this
some
little...
reason,
Oh, go for it.
the devs
Oh.
decide to put water everywhere if you're out of bounds. So this lets us clip through this one part of the ceiling.
Yeah, and that lets us get to the bomb shoes early. And so then we can use this wall here. Oh, that's not good. And we clip through that into the water here. And then we use that to get into this room over here. And that skips dead hand, or skips having to do another trick called actor glitch.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna fight dead hand.
Yeah, the only reason why that trick even works is because as child, when you re-grab vines, you go through the wall for, I think, a couple, like 1 or 2 frames. So if you get damaged on that same frame, the game just kind of pushes you through the wall.
And then we need this rupee chest back here to afford the shield. Oh, am I in front of it? Oh, that's
my
beautiful.
God. Yeah.
That's actually
Nice.
great placement.
You were like 2 frames away from being on top of the chest.
Clutch.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, I remembered this time.
So you're gonna see Lawrence doing this a lot. This is called save warping. Basically, you just save, reset the console, or shut off, turn it back on. As child, well, as in any dungeon, you'll spawn back at the beginning. If you do it in the overworld as child, you spawn back in Link's house in Kokiri Forest and Temple of Time as adult. There's the one exception where if you save in Link's house as adult, you will spawn back in Link's house.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing a lot of save warping. It just really lowers down overall movement. Not going for the Hess here.
No.
It's alright though.
I could, but...
I think it would probably... Actually, it wouldn't really matter anyways, because we'd be doing a trick later on to help with our chew count.
So we target that
So what?
sign there in order to make us be perceived as busy to the owl, and that way we can just walk by him without having to worry.
Shouts to the owl being everywhere in this map. He's literally in every corner.
It's also possible to make what I just did a daytime. It does save a tiny bit of time because you can open the door because we need to buy the shield. But thankfully, you can also just get on this box and clip through.
So, Fox, do you want to explain the big glitch coming up pretty soon? On how it changed OT?
You know, honestly, I was never too bothered about the history of things. I just know that it allowed us to shorten the amount of time that it took to do speedruns of this game by a significant amount when it was discovered. So that's all I can say about it. But basically, what we're going to be doing is that we will be skipping this big stone block of a door, or what you want to call it, by clipping out of bounds and coming back in, so we can grab the Master Sword without any of the spiritual stones.
Okay. And that trick is able to be done unbuffered. I have not been doing super well at that trick lately, though, so I wanted to just make sure I didn't fail it.
Okay, we have a quick note from the tech desk. if both commentators would be able to look into a way of maybe boosting their mic just a little bit. You're a little bit quiet on the stream.
I'm actually coming to a really long cutscene, so I can probably adjust that on my end too.
Okay, that's probably a good idea if you're able to do that.
Yeah.
And while you're doing that, is it okay if I read donations during this cutscene?
Yeah, please go for it.
All right,
Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna
4 minutes or so.
I'm gonna power through them because we got a lot. We got like 16 donations. 511 from CPP Chris CPP saying donation matching. Let's go. Danny Music with a 511. The true percent is blue percent. Shout out to Danny Music. Amicus with $5. My blue little pog champ. Yo, Yardy Party with $40.
Fuck.
Thank you,
Nice.
Nicola.
Crap.
There you go. Sporadic Silence with $5. June with the $5 saying, thank you for making the best OOT run.
You know
Blue is actually one of the only shades of color I can appreciate due to my color blindness.
Let's go, June.
Nudge with 555 saying, woo, Aerith, sorry. Nagado with 5 saying, gross nose sound. Okay, thank you. Final Tail with the 5. Ethan with 511, who just says blue. Logan with the $25. Nice. Ethan with another 511 saying blue too. Mama G with 25 saying thank you for such an entertaining week. Yes, coming sadly to a close soon, but this is such a good way to wrap it up. Sip Master with the $20. Dabba D, dabba bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Parker. I know him.
Logan with the 5 saying a $15 donation for $5. It's like free money for charity. Yeah, it's free real estate or something like that. And then CPP Chris CPP with the $29.79. Thank you so much. Leaf with the $80
Oh my
saying,
goodness.
Aerith, I love you. Good luck.
Shout out Steely.
And then Perry with the $5 saying, hey, Strong Bad, I really like your Green Mario game. Cool. Thank you so much. We are at 21 of the total 100 donations for the match. So guys, again, if you donate a donation between $5 and $5.99, it will be matched doubly by Funny Man. So if you donate $5, Funny Man's going to go donate $10 for that donation. And there's a cap of 100, so we still have like 79 to go. So get those $5 donations in so we can get an extra 1,000 donated to the charity. Still a bit of time, so really quick, we are raising money for Direct Relief, specifically their Fund for Health Equity, helping to bring services and health to marginalized communities. The last year has exposed, certain demographics have been extremely unfairly targeted with the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Health Equity Fund is working to counteract that and provide services to those who need it the most.
Right on.
Go to donate.zeldathon.net, and I'm going to throw it back to you.
Excellent. Thank you for all those donations. You know what? Since we're about to go do some really complicated stuff, Psyox, what can you run us through talking a little bit about RBA? Because I think it's going to look like magic to a lot of people that aren't familiar with it.
Okay, I mean, sure, but I think that we're gonna be waiting a little bit before I start doing
there's still
that
another,
when
like,
I'm actually
minute.
there.
Oh, we do RBA as soon as this is all done. Yeah, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I was just curious if you wanted to give a primer to like let people know what they'd be looking at, just because it can be kind of confusing.
Oh yeah, for sure. RBA, you don't really need to know what it stands for, but basically it's like black magic. You do a certain sequence of actions, and that makes it so that whenever you do drop a bottle that happens to end up on your B button where your sword normally is, that will correspond to whatever item it is that you have on your C right button, the yellow button at the up right. And that will put items or replace items in different slots in your inventory screen. So you will be seeing that when we go over to do it just in a moment.
Yeah, the trick itself is, I think Psyox did a wonderful job of explaining it, like at its core. It's a pretty interesting and in-depth trick that's up there on like the iceberg of complicated things. Essentially, we're using we're overriding certain bits of data using the bottle, because the game itself, if you think of like the C buttons that you see right now, there's an invisible pair of C buttons set one slot to the right of it. And we're manipulating the value that's 3 slots to the right based on like how the game updates the contents of your bottle normally. So it's pretty complicated. It's a cool trick though.
Yeah, I should also mention that the reason why we save warped is because even though we skipped the door of time, it has two-side collision, where most things only have one-sided. So if we were to run towards the door, it wouldn't be there. But until we hit the loading point, it would have appeared. So it's kind of good that save warping brings us to the front end.
Where that post still stays. It might go away. Okay.
You've got time.
And so we're doing it right now. So we're going to be overriding our C button on the right. So now our Lens of Truth is going to, if you look over here, now it becomes an empty bottle. And then this here gives us more bomb shoes.
Oh, it's not day yet.
It's not day yet. What do you mean? No, this is fine. Yeah, don't mess me up. It is day.
Yeah, you're a step ahead, Kyle. We don't have the.
We don't have Cuckoo yet.
Oh wait, it's just going down. Never mind.
So I was trying to go for right there on that sign. I was trying to go for a Hess, but my contact is also still doing the thing every once in a while.
Yeah, basically Hess is the same thing as a Wes, what we saw earlier, except it goes faster.
Yeah, Hessing. The difference between, well, Hessing and Wessing are the same, I think. It's regular super slide.
The only real difference is your speed and how you do it. Because Wes, you have to hold the SS going into the water, but you lose some speed. Whereas Hessing, you keep your speed from going into the bomb.
Yeah, that's true.
Because with Hessing, you have negative 18 speed, whereas Wes, you have negative 13.5 speed.
So that's called a super slide teleport. So it helps us get up here on the seam. We have ISG right now, so we won't actually fall off of this seam. It is possible to get stuck on the seam, which we're going to try to avoid, because that would not be so good. Uh-oh.
Yeah, on all the turns and the corners, you have a good chance of getting stuck, depending on how you go at them.
The best strat most people do is like this. You just kind of like wiggle the control stick.
Yeah. A lot of people also will like pull out hook shot or C up and land a B-bomb with the seam.
And what that does is it unloads the door here, as you can see. So the Shadow Temple door isn't here, but every loading zone is always in existence. So we're going to go for another thing here. We're going to go for a call to...
I hate this mega flip so much. I do too. Like, I made a working setup for it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this mega flip because it's late.
I love it.
There we go.
Oh, you do a distance there, knowing where you got it first try.
I didn't get it first try. I failed it the first time.
Well, first try, second time.
Yeah. Okay. So here are the Deacon Nuts, which we need. So we're going to grab these.
The almighty nuts.
The almighty. And that is going to be important for later, because we actually need a certain amount to do another trick called Bottle Adventure, which is sort of like a different version of Reverse Bottle Adventure, which was what we did earlier called RBA. This is a good spawn.
Yeah, I'll go into that when we get to it.
Yeah,
or at least when we get to the setup.
Okay.
Kind of just want to mention some people might be confused about how exactly we made the jump over the gap right there.
Yeah, can you explain that?
Visually, it might be self-explanatory, but basically what happens is that we we just roll towards the explosion, and on the correct pushback frame, in this case, we would backflip, and this allows the recoil to create a lot of speed for us and help us backflip further than what is actually normally possible.
Yeah, so the whole shell triple is really for hover boots. They will be helpful later. Pretty much standard OOT running. You usually get hover boots pretty early on.
Yeah, hover boots are very helpful because they're really, really broken. It's like, oh, that was my fault for reading the donation. Okay, so we're gonna use the Poe to block to get some damage there, which cancels that animation. And we need to go here to get hookshot, and we need 20 bucks. So there they are.
Keep your Dampe times in chat.
Want to talk about Dampe? Want to get the
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. So here's the thing about Dampe. He is very notorious for flaming you, or I guess roasting you in this case, on a very good run.
Dude.
And you're probably wondering, oh, why don't we Hess through this? It seems to be a lot faster. Well, in this game, Dampe actually slows down compared to what you're going at. And the Hess is negative 18 speed, so you're moving backwards constantly. So Dampe is moving further behind you.
I didn't
you
even
have to
think
constantly be hitting the wall, so you're losing timer on both times. Your in-game clock for the race and your actual timer race. So it's faster to just roll up here. You could probably fess up it, but it probably wouldn't be worth it.
So that Dampe was that Dampe was really bad, which is actually great. So you got to see what like really bad Dampe RNG looks like. It can be really bad.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, he's just not the bro. So I thought you were saying something.
No, I was just gonna ask, does that happen with backwalking too? With the Dampe
no.
speed? Okay.
No, actually, if you backwalk, Dampe will still go forward because you're not going. It's anytime you're going faster than him, he starts slowing down.
Hey, that's
because
a blue item.
It is
because you're never supposed to get too far ahead of him.
So we did a 2 ESS turn right there to get into position, and this is going to clip us through that Song of Time block. ESS is a very specific position on the controller you have to hold to do those things like I did earlier when you saw me go through the water and go really fast. It's between, what is it, like 19 and 8 degrees, right?
It's -8. No, it's -9 to 23. So,
yeah, it's very
9
small.
and 23 to -9 to 23.
So we don't have enough money right now to buy a ferry, which we need. So we're going to sell him these bugs because he is an entomologist, loves bugs. And now we have enough money to buy the ferry.
I ask a question real quick.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you did hookshot after Shadow Temple?
So yeah, it's actually faster because we go through Dampe's grave to get back into town. It is actually faster.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. That was much to my chagrin. When Psydox developed it, he's like, yeah, this is like 40 seconds faster. I was really frustrated because I was like, this is so much harder. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. The super slide hover and then the mega flip.
I dropped it immediately. So normally what you do there is you hess all the way up the top to the top of the mountain, but we're not like in a huge hurry. We have to wait out nighttime, but I was a little bit slow earlier, so I'll probably be a little bit over time later. Oh.
Luckily enough, we're not really
I'm just gonna hold this.
affected by that.
Yeah.
Well, I meant to shield drop it, but I think I must have fat fingered the R button. Okay, so now that we're here, what we're gonna do is our health is low, and it might actually be lower than this because you can get a thing called glitched health. So let's see what we got. Hell yeah. Or heck yeah, it is definitely glitched. We're gonna save just in case. I think I need to take 2 more
Yeah.
hits. Okay, now we're good, I think, right? Yeah, this should be fine. I think.
You should be fine.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to explain what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, go for it.
So we're gonna do a trick called Doom Jump, where basically, if you hookshot and die in this game at the same time, the game stores your velocity speed of where you're supposed to be heading to. So if you interject this with a death, and if you have a fairy and a usable bottle, you get sent flying in the air. And it's really good in our case because we can skip the whole bottom section of DC and land on top of the bridge for bombs early.
I don't like DC pausing, dude.
Dude, DC pausing's the worst, especially when
Yeah.
it's the shadow. There's like
Oh my
there's so many
goodness.
places where pausing just pause buffering just doesn't work.
There we go. Okay, so now we go up. And what that does is it skips the entire segment that we'd have to do. You could still get up here normally as adult. You can skip like half the dungeon, but that lets you skip pretty much the whole thing.
I'd also like to say in vanilla game, you're supposed to be here as adult anyways for 1 gold skull 12. So we're not really breaking game logic here.
I totally forgot to split again, by the way.
It's okay. It's a marathon.
Okay, so now that we got bombs, what we're gonna do is leave, because we don't need to be here anymore. But we will be coming back later. Which is why we opened up the rest of DC, because we have some important business to take care of here in a little bit. So, we're gonna attempt to Hess off of this, and not get it. So we're gonna try again, and not get it again. And not get it again.
Hessing is one of those tricks where you have to do 2 inputs on the same frame, specifically ZNR, while holding ESS position out of our roll.
Yeah, you'll see me do them a lot later with bombs. Bomb Hesses, in my opinion, I think tend to be a little bit easier than Bombchi ones, because Bombchi ones you have to be really quick. You have to like drop them and then immediately do everything.
Because you have to wait till like the 11th or 12th flash, like 11th or 12th red, and then you immediately just roll.
This also is really bad because my health is way too low.
Oh yeah.
It's okay. I think I could get some bombs, sure. You know, I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think that I'm gonna go for the old strat since.
The drink the fish strat?
Nah. We're just gonna do the one we did just a little bit ago to do minuet skip because my health is just really low from failing all those Hesses. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. This is called adapting.
I just want you to get killed by that bomb explosion right there.
Like, well, crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a death on this just because my health is too low.
We have to die anyways in the route, so
yeah,
it works out. Did one of us explain cutscene skips and how they
yeah, that'll be coming into play.
So we're gonna see a bunch of cutscene skips in a run, and most of the cutscenes in this game where you learn like songs, they give it to you at the start of the cutscene. So if you can find a way to die and still trigger it at the same time, when you respawn, you will have the song in your inventory even though you never played it. If you remember, you have to play the song to earn it. Not in this case. We can just die and get it. So we'll be doing cutscene skips whenever they're faster.
Yeah, and in general, skipping the cutscene is much faster than watching it. I don't think there's any cutscene skips where it doesn't save time.
Saria's cutscene.
Yes.
You can't really skip it because you learn it twice in that cutscene.
Oh man, the double.
You learn it in the beginning, and then you learn it when you actually play it.
Is that good? I think that's good. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you remember earlier, I mentioned skipping Deku Tree. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna pay our old man a visit.
Yeah. So
And
what you want to talk about, like, what this right here just unloads it because we're not in this area yet. We go over the loading zone so that we can walk through the front.
yeah, basically we just did a super slide like we did back in the graveyard, except we equipped hover boots to get a super slide boost. Well, hover slide, jump slash out of bounds. And what this does is it skips a loading plane that loads the second half of Kokiri Forest. More precisely, the mouth of the Deku Tree, because as an adult, his mouth is closed. So we really can't get in there. So we just do that hover slide to skip right past it.
Also, some people might be wondering, why did he get hit by that Deku Baba so many times? Well, you see, normally if plans had gone as we wanted them to, he would have this amount of health by the time that he's in here. So this was just an adjustment that was made, and it will be. This is fully intentional, and you will be explained to as to why.
We're gonna do another cutscene skip in Forest Temple. So I needed my health to be lower. Also, we're gonna go for a swag strat here and see if it works. There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's go.
If you miss it and then the platform is falling down and you randomly shoot up and manage to hit it, Link will T-pose while he goes towards it, and it's really funny.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
The T-pose flex is so strong, man. Okay, I also forgot to equip my Ocarina. Yeah.
So if you don't believe me when I said we got the warp song, we just played it right here. So we have it.
That's how you know it's legit.
Yep. This isn't cheated.
This is a real speed
debatable.
run. Yeah, right.
It's on real hardware. That's all that counts.
Okay. All right.
That was another thing I was wondering about, because you're playing on VC, you mentioned. Is there a specific reason, like there's version exclusive glitches, or?
Yes and no. Well, mainly yes.
VC is better than N64 in some ways and worse in other ways. So like only 1.0 is on N64. VC, no matter what, is always 1.2, which means there's certain things that don't work, like certain glitches. The benefit to VC is the fact that it loads much faster and pause buffering is much faster. So the game in general just runs faster on VC, which is why it tends to be preferred.
Yeah, and there's less lag, but you lose time due to like those like N64 exclusive glitches like quick bongo kill. But you also lose time to resets because VBC added a whole nother screen that says you will need the classic controller, whereas N64 just goes straight into the big old N64 logo.
Makes sense.
But there's also less lag on VC.
I've been having a lot of problems with this lately, like not wanting to clip. I don't know why.
I mean, there's always that strat where you just hook shot.
I might do that.
At the door.
This keeps, there we go. Yeah, so you're supposed to use that to go to the boss rooms. Like I said earlier, every boss loading zone is always loaded in a dungeon. So like the collision and stuff around the dungeon itself will still be there, but you can't open it. So there's like no doors and stuff, but the dungeon itself has collision in other rooms. The entrance to the dungeon and the entrance to the boss are always on the map no matter what. So as long as you can touch it, like pass through the plane of the loading zone, it'll take you to the boss. And that's on every single dungeon.
Yeah.
You see something really cool with Fire Temple, where you need the Megaton Hammer in order to kill Volvagia.
Oh, yes.
But the hammer's at the top, right? And the boss is at the bottom. So you get the hammer, and you do this thing called Cubes Clip to clip through the wall, and then you literally just fall into the boss. It's actually super cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool trick. Sadly, we won't see that one. But
Did I get double? Nah, unfortunate.
so I should probably explain how you can tell which Phantom Ganon's real here. So there's two ways you can tell. One of them makes noise. So if you have good hearing or stereo, you can easily tell. It'll be on each channel. Or the real one is the brighter one. So that's also another way to tell. So this fight is very easy. Just ISG, spam hookshot for one cycle.
Yeah. So what happens there is that Ganon, he tries to, when you're hitting him, he's in stun lock for a little bit, but after so much damage, he gets back up. But whenever Link shoots a projectile, he does this counter thing, but he's vulnerable for 1 frame. And so if your ISG hand that has the hookshot is just inside him, when he tries to counter it, he's vulnerable and it just pushes him back down to the ground. You can also do it with arrows.
Yeah. I should also mention why he jump slashed after the horse painting phase is because the crouch stab doesn't have a set attack damage. It uses your previous attack. So if you, for instance, you slash your sword, your crouch stab does 2 damage. If you jump slash, it does 4 damage. So in every fight that we do, we're going to do a jump slash and crouch stab if we need. And this is just another cutscene skip.
No, because if I fail this cutscene skip, I'm just going to watch it. It would take way more time to do that than it would to just watch the failed cutscene.
So the reason why we do this cutscene skip here is because it actually skips 2 cutscenes. It skips the medallion part, but also skips the tale of you becoming a Hylian. Well, that you are a Hylian, not Kokiri. And this room really sucks for pause buffering.
Yeah, this room is very... So the thing that sucks about pause buffering in general is that different rooms have different pause buffer rates. So you heard me say earlier... We got it. You heard me say earlier that DC was hard to pause in, and it's because the timing is weird. It depends on how many actors are loaded in the room. So you'll see a white flash right here. Bang! That means it works. So if I were to open my inventory, you would notice that I have the Forest Medallion. And I'll show you that in just a second, too. So I need Deku Nuts here, but if you look over here, there it is, Forest Medallion. So that confirms that it works.
Side talks. Do you want to explain why we get Forest Medallion in a category that gets just blue items? Like, why is this needed?
Yeah, that's a good point. Bring it up.
Right. So, as per usual, when you do play the game and you do turn into an adult, what happens is that, well, Sheik is protecting the pedestal. And to make Sheik go away, you need to beat the Forest Temple. And we need to go back into being a child to finish the run, and that's why we're doing this. And also, it's also required to do some tricks later on as well.
So we're going to put on the hover boots here and hold right, and that's going to clip us through. And so now I'm watching the minuet or the prelude cutscene, but I'm falling out of bounds. So when I hit the death plane, it'll skip the cutscene, but it flags it as being watched. So now I don't actually have to watch prelude.
Yeah, so that's adult dot skip. Adult's just too fat to do the same child method.
Yeah, the door doesn't work. Or go ahead. Sorry.
Adult has 2 separate kinds of dot skip. You have the one we saw Lawrence do, but if you also have Giant's Knife or Big Orange Sword, you can do 3 stabs and just side hop pass with hover boots.
13, Parker.
Okay, so 13 Deku Nuts. You're probably wondering what's so significant about that. Stay tuned. No, I'll start talking about it again when it happens. Why it's relevant.
Yeah, so we're going to do a lot of stuff that's not going to look like it makes a lot of sense right now.
I'll leave that to side talks.
I mean, we've already been doing this what we're doing right now, RBA, before, so everybody is already familiar with that if they were watching from the beginning. But now we're gonna start manipulating more items, and there's gonna be a little bit of a fun thing happening soon. And we'll talk about that when that happens.
Yeah. So as you see too, like I failed pretty hard getting the Hess off the rock and all that, but it literally just turned daytime, so I didn't lose a lot of time from making all those mistakes, which is a really nice thing about this part of the route is that you got a lot of leeway. So the Hesses are mostly just to look cool. Okay, so now we need to wake up Talon in order to get this Cucko to work. We also need 2 Cuccos, so we're gonna do a trick called a Quip Swap. There we
So
go.
the way this trick works is, well, first of all, this game runs at different FPS, frames per second. Pause screen is 30 FPS, and overall gameplay is 20, and then final select is 60. So the way this trick works is if you hover over an item, let's say Pocket Cocoa, you go to either the gear or the map screen, and you go back to your item screen. You have exactly 1 frame to hold up left or flick it and press a C button. And what this will do is it will go to the nearest column that you have items on. So in this case, Ice Arrow bottle, and it will equip the previous item you had selected over the nearest item slot.
Can you, because this is a little bit dense, can you explain instead what I just did? Because that's a little more simple.
Yeah, so basically, what Lawrence did is he traded I believe it's the Cocoa on C, right?
Explain OI.
Okay, so Ocarina items is a glitch where you have a bottle in your hand. You can fake any item into an ocarina by going into air, either side hopping, backflipping, jumping off a ledge. If you press the bottle button and any other usable item that you can hold in Link's hand before you land, he played it as an ocarina for some reason. I'm not too sure exactly why, but it's a thing, and we abuse it a lot.
Yeah, Ocarina items is nice because it just allows you to use anything that Link can hold in his hand as an ocarina, so you don't really need to get it to physically get the ocarina. And what we're doing right now is we're going through trade quest because you'll notice that I have 2 items on my C buttons right now. I've got the white Pocket Cocoa, but I also have Kojiro. And so I'm trading Kojiro right now, but I'm keeping that Pocket Cocoa on my C button, and I'm never going to get rid of it because I used a trick called Equip Swap to make the game think that I had it equipped, but I really don't have it anymore. That's why I have the mushroom and the Cocoa. So we're going to use that so that we can get Kojiro again, but also be able to trade all the trade items like the saw and all of that stuff. And the reason behind that is we're going to do that trick called RBA again with some of those items that we trade, and those will give us things like medallions and songs and a lot of stuff that would take forever to get that we're going to use and abuse the game's mechanics with to get. Oh, that might mean I won't beat this boulder.
It's gonna take your time.
I'm just gonna cut in really quick. We have a lot of donations. We'll get to them eventually when there's more of a break in commentary. But really quick, we do have a store that we're selling shirts. There's 30 minutes left to buy anything from that, and a portion of the purchase will go towards the charity. It will be donated as part of the total. So Zeldathon.net/store. Go buy a shirt. Buy some of our merch.
Again, every last donation is appreciated for a good cause.
We will get to reading them eventually, but there's just a lot of really fun Ocarina of Time stuff happening right now.
Yeah, and if you need to take a break to read stuff, please just interrupt us at any point.
No problem.
Okay. So you might have saw me like randomly twitch downward there. It was intentional. I used it by holding this direction down slightly, and then I press the trade item, and what that does is it makes it so it cancels the text in the shop so I can go in quicker. Because normally you have to wait until the text that's like, you're in the shop, disappears. So now we're going to do something that looks like nonsense. I think Psydox is the one that developed this. So,
yeah,
this is great. I love this strat. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to equip a bomb shoe. And then we're going to let that bomb shoe go, and then we're going to equip a potion. And then we're going to swap locations. We're going to drop these bugs on our B button. And that gives us another bottle, don't ask how. And now we're going to drink this red potion, because I need more health. And then I've also decided that I want this fish, so we're going to grab this fish while we're here too.
Fish has a new home.
And then I actually don't want this fish anymore, so I'm going to swap it back with the odd potion. And then I'm going to pick them up with these bugs right here. Okay, cool. And then the bomb, the gossip stone is going to blast off. Oh. Unfortunately, you don't get to see him, but there he goes. He did not hit the wall. He's fine, don't worry.
So you're probably wondering, what was the point of catching bugs with Odd Potion on C, right? That's for our Zora Sapphire, along with the never usable Song of Time.
Yeah, so putting it simple, you got a bunch of quest items and things like that that will help in progressing with the route, and is completely necessary, and also gave us some blue quest items and things like that that we do need.
Yeah, the biggest one that we get off that is... Oh, go ahead. Ask away.
Okay. Do you need Song of Time because it's literally a blue note on the menu?
You don't need it as part of the requirements, but you do need it for the run to open the door.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Song of Time is a gray note, not really blue.
Oh yeah, they're all. Sorry, I'm thinking of. Yeah.
3D.
But,
I think 3D colors them.
3D, yeah, they do.
Okay.
They color the staff, I think.
So now we got the saw, and the saw is great because what the saw gives us is a bunch of warp songs. So now we get access to, we have Prelude of Light, but we already got that earlier, but we got it again. We also got Serenade, and we got Nocturne. And that actually helps out a lot because we're going to be doing some stuff later that requires us to warp to those locations.
It
So,
also gives us Solo's Lullaby too,
oh yeah, Zeal. That's also very important.
which solves our magic problem.
Yeah, you can't get magic unless you have Zelda's Lullaby, so that's also another fast way to get it. So we're going to do another trick here. So this is where I was telling you earlier that Goron knocked me off right here, and he knocked me down like 2 floors. It was impressive, really. Okay.
Holy madman doing the bomb chew.
Sometimes that happens. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll just use bombs. That's fine. So, because what we're doing here, and it's unfortunate that it happened, usually I'm pretty good at this, we're actually just going to do a... Oh, the kid needs to go away. We're going to do a clip into Darunia's room, like this. Okay. And now we're going to... Something funny here. This actually makes absolutely no sense. So, if we go over here and do this, and then pull out our hook shot, and we extend it, you can hook shot past that because the floor is hook shotable for some reason.
Yeah, so when the game was in development, or early dev, close to early release, there was a lot of hook-shotable targets, especially in Wilds Above Alone. So when they decided to take the targets away, they forgot to take away the collision. So as long as you know where the collision is, you can hook-shot them at any point in time. And that one's just a funny one.
Yeah.
Because it seems so random.
I don't know. That's so cool. I love that strat.
It's really cool because you can also just pull it, but using the hook shot is arguably faster.
It is, yeah.
Something that's going to be kind of weird now, and I have to be careful about this, so I think I might make a save here just in case, for safety reasons. Just in case something bad were to happen. I have to be very careful not to accidentally equip anything. Because at this point, you'll notice that I have 2 trade items on my C buttons. If I ever get rid of either of them, then the run dies. So I have 1 C button for quite a while now, just because of the way that the routing works.
It's slow, but it's required.
It's slow, but it's fast. We the 3 of us have had multiple deliberation sessions about like, we hate this because it's slow, but it's also the fastest thing possible.
Yeah. I had a fun time making a load out of this. I hated doing it to this part, but got done.
Now you can probably read some donations here if you have some.
Yeah, okay. So it was proposed that since we have the $5 donation match, do we want to lower the strong bad incentive to $5? Okay.
We can totally do that.
All right.
Yeah, I think just if you donate and you want me to say something is strong bag, can we just ask that you specify it in the donation? Like say this is strong
that sounds
bag.
good to me.
Oh, hey,
Okay,
Dr.
so
Grin.
Here, I'll read some real quick. Broken with the 530 saying 15 for $5. That's a steal. Yeah, we've only got 27 of the possible 100 guys. Keep donating $5. Sitmaster with 5.99. I'll let you read that one because I think that's a.
Sitmaster. Let's see. How far down was that?
It's at the very top, very top.
Oh, okay. Don't forget, it's 13.
And then this is another one for Strong Bad. Story of the Psych with 17.
Can you say that again? Is another donation?
So, yeah, the next one at the top. Story of the Psych, the 17.
Hang on. I don't.
No problem.
As my grandfather always said, never trust any percent.
There you go.
There we go.
Broken with another 5, saying keep the $5 donations coming. Rihanna was here with $5 in honor of someone who can't donate in chat. I believe that was done in her stead. Jasper the Purple Derg with 36.21 saying blue percent is great and all, but when's purple percent?
You know what? I
OT3D has.
Yeah, I was just gonna say OT3D. We need it.
OT3D has purple gauntlets.
And then another one from Jasper with the $5.99 saying good luck on the run, my guy.
Thank you.
Speedy at Dead, $5. I heard there was matching for $5. There is. Dr. Grin with the $10 saying, yo, Dr. Grin, your favorite Smash DJ in here. I love the meme run, so I had to donate to this amazing man. Let's go, Spid Runner.
Thank you very much, Dr. Grin.
MJ Evans with the 511 saying, funny man, matching and increasing. There you go. And then,
Dude.
yeah.
Okay. It's like, what is wrong with me? Okay. Comment strong bad.
Dear Aerith, how do you run blue percent in with boxing gloves on? That's a great question.
Thank you, Danny Music, for that 511.
3
Appreciate
cheers
it.
for the short.
Imagine running blue percent with drums.
Oh, drum blue percent. That would be hype.
Someone did it with 80%. Well, defeat Ganon in the West
Are you
round.
talking about Speed Racer percent or?
That might have been it.
Speed
don't remember.
Speed Racer percent was something different. That was something that what's his name? Zelda did. I don't know if you know him. He's a bit of an older runner.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, he did it with steering wheel, but
Yeah.
someone did it with drums.
That's
With a
sick.
drum set.
That's pretty sick. So at this point, we're going to be able to get rid of the Broken Giant's Knife, the Broken Goron Star. We don't need anymore. But I do want more pose, just for safety. So
Yeah, so doing that RBA gives us pretty much every medallion, except it does not give us fire medallion, and it deletes our white medallion.
yeah.
And I think it's rid of our force medallion since we had it already.
Yeah, I think that we actually keep, I don't know, you might be right.
I know it gives it to you if you don't have it, so it might delete it.
It might not affect it. It might not be flagged, but I'm not sure. Maybe it is. You might be right. It doesn't matter. Sheikah's gone already, so.
Yeah. No, I think really care about with that RBA is that it gives us our war medallion.
Yeah. So here we're going to do a trick where we need to go into Gerudo Training Grounds. So there's a specific way you can do this. Like that.
Nice.
That trick is actually somewhat inconsistent at times, so. Alright, so now we're going to do another trick. So right now we want ice arrows, okay? But ice arrows are normally in the very back of GTG. So the way that we get that, because you can see the chest right here, is we're going to do a trick called Weird Shot. And we go underground like that, and it's kind of weird the way it works. So Link's actor is underground, but he's still like, his camera's underground, but he himself is still above ground. So you use that to get through by hookshotting the other side, and it actually takes this whole model through. And then we get ice arrows immediately. So now we're
It
good.
also mentioned Lawrence skipped the cutscene there for he just kind of kicked the chest. The reason why that happened is because he had a bottle on the ice arrow slot. So if you have any big chest cutscene item slot preoccupied, it'll skip that cutscene.
Okay, so we're gonna get caught right here. And the next thing we need to do is that we need silver gauntlets, because there is a glitch that you can do, and we are going to do it obviously, to turn your gauntlets blue. So the only way to do that is you need to RBA an item while you have silver gauntlets. So we are going to go all the way to the desert now in order to get that. Okay, so we're going to clip through there. Oop. We're going to hop up here, pull out our sword, and then we're going to do a precise side hop like that to get over on the ledge. And now you can see like we're out of bounds. Shout outs to an old runner named Pydox who would always break that sign. So now we're in the desert. Based on my bomb count, normally you can Hess through here. I'm not going to do that because my Hessing's been kind of poor today. But you can actually do a Hess and get all the way across the desert. It's pretty hard. I would say in terms of glitches in this game, it's definitely up there with being one of the harder glitches. Let's see. And now we have to navigate the desert at night, which is extremely, extremely fun to do.
Yeah, especially on VC. Oh my god, it's impossible to see the flags.
Yeah. Okay, now we go upright. Okay, we're good. We should be fine.
Okay,
I kind of just want to... yeah. Can I mention something first? Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I just want to mention that upon getting the ice arrows, as you saw him do, he did equip a bottle on a sea right there. And this follows the exact same rule as the trade items, that this item is extremely important. It cannot be unequipped or equipped over. If you do, the run is over.
Yeah, so if we accident... What is that abhorrent noise? Oh,
baited
good.
by the donation there.
I know. Is that the chicken thing?
Yeah, it's like a giant rubber chicken.
That is awful.
Welcome to the initiation for guests over at SideQuest.
Beautiful. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that goes for a while too. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I was like, that is so long. Okay, so now that we're here, what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, we're going to equip our bombs, then we're going to equip our boots, and then we're going to side hop, and we're going to try to do a super slide. Oh, okay. Alright, we're just going to walk. So the next thing we have to do is that we need to get silver gauntlets. And as you know, they are all the way at the very top of Spirit Temple. And, oh, I still get ground jump. And as we know, that's slow. And slow is not fun for anybody. So we're gonna go fast. So, my inputs are really bad right now. Okay. So this guy is called a Gwei. He is a problem, so we need to take care of him. So we're gonna shield the damage, hit him. Then we're gonna do a series of things. A little bit low, but I think this probably still works. I think I'm gonna do 4 and then 5. I think that's the way you deal with this. Okay, and so now we are gonna check to see if the Gwei is here. Because if he's here, yeah, he knows what's up. He's hanging out. So if you got to be careful, because this Gwei will try to attack you, and you just hit him like, oh, okay. Okay, so now we're on this seam here. Thanks, Sidox, for giving me that strat. That's so much better. And so now we can hookshot this chest here, and this chest also has the silver gauntlets in it. So I mean, that was a little bit slow. We kind of didn't get the super slide, unfortunately, but I also didn't split ice arrows. Man, I am on it today. Okay, so now we got silver gauntlets, so we're going to watch a cutscene.
We're actually going to be watching 2 cutscenes, so we have about 2.5 minutes of nothing happening here.
Yes.
So
there's time for
a big window of opportunities.
Beautiful. $5.99 from Dr. Grin saying, didn't realize we get matched for $5.99 donations. You get matched for any donation between $5 and $5.99. It'll be matched 2 times. He says, take my money. Yes, $10 is going to be donated for every $5 donation.
Someone also put up there that I didn't do, so let me do this for you. Is this in your card gauge? Bad credit, no proposal. Home loan, refinancing, escrow, you name it, we got it. There you go. Come and get a leg up on the pile.
So we got a big old donation, $500 $22.91 for P7. That was the big old chicken noise that we heard. And they just say, good morning.
Good.
Well, thank you for the alarm clock.
Good morning indeed.
$5.99 from MJ Evans saying, I want a better sound. Whoa, that donation. Yeah, the $5.22. Wonderful for charity, definitely. I would like a better sound in Funny Man's range. Maybe that's why. Okay, so the reason why we're doing between $5 and $5.99 is that this is Blue Percent, and blue rupees are $5. So
That's actually funny.
yeah, and Speedy It Dead with another $5 saying more money for the blue. And then MJ Evans with another $5.55 saying maybe we get some sort of $5.55 pizza deal meme. Maybe. Yeah. You get a pizza that's okay for $5 in batches of 3. Oh my god. Back in, I don't know, the 90s maybe. Anyway, that's all we have. Keep donating $5 because it's getting matched. We have a cap of 100, so there's still 65 potential $5 donations we can get.
So you're probably wondering, if we can do cutscene skips, why not skip this one? It's actually impossible to skip this cutscene. The reason being is because once you walk out the temple, the cutscene immediately starts. There's no separate trigger for it. So if we were to die, we still have to watch this cutscene, and then after the cutscene ends, then we would die. So we prolong death for like a minute or so.
So something to understand too, it is very unlikely that this will happen. However, I think it's important that we mention it, given that we are playing on VC. There is a very extremely small chance that we could get what's called a VC crash, where the game will crash for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I have had it in my 10 years of speedrunning happen 2 times, so I'm jinxing it right now because you know it's going to happen. And just in case we were to VC crash, I think I'm going to save right now, just for big safety. I was going to save after this, but I don't want to jinx myself. Requiem is done.
Speaking of VC, I had a VC crash last week.
No way.
With equipping, so if you equip Deku Shield, like really quick in the Kokiri shop as child, you crash your game. You VC crash.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was doing that to defeat Ganon no from speedrun, and that happened to me. And I'm like, Sag. S in chat, boys.
Yep.
So we're gonna do another West right here. Oh, go ahead.
Look at that. No. Talk about your speedrun, man.
Yes, that was just a West. So what we're doing right now is we're setting something up. So as you saw me do some stuff with the arrows earlier, we actually do need ammunition in order to use the arrows, which you just got, which is great. So, and we have 24 bombs, which is pretty good right now. Our bomb count's pretty nice. Yeah, we are solid. So we're gonna go back over to the tree now. I was too early. Okay. Okay, so as you saw earlier, I made a save right as I got out of here because this is another place where the run can die. So what we're going to do is it's a very interesting trick, actually. So we're going to target this tree and release a bomb shoot right here. And that's going to go up there, and then we're going to equip our hookshot. And you'll hear a noise in a second. And that means the Skulltula is dead. Alright? And so now we're going to bonk our head into this and start a trick called hookshot jump. And after Link's head comes back, looking back and forth a 3rd time, we can actually perform the trick. So when we get a red frame, like the first red dot frame, right there, we can do the trick. So now we're up here, and the Skulltula is right there. So now we have to side hop into the Skulltula, and it's on the 2nd frame. Right there. So now we're going to also do this. And we hold a trade item right there. So now it's canceling the Skulltula token. So we actually collected it already, but the game thinks that we didn't because we were holding a trade item when we performed that trick. So what I'm doing now is I'm wasting my magic by canceling it over and over with shielding. So I'm like pulling out the ice arrow, and then I'm pulling my sword out and then pressing shield. So now I have no mana, which is great, and I can wait for the sun to come up. And as soon as it does, then I can get the fire arrows.
Yeah, about the item doi, the token doi, it's not only just a trade quest, it's any cutscene item in general. So it can be like any of the 3 spells or Ocarina.
It's so,
any of the 2 Ocarinas.
Yeah. And something you have to be careful about here too is if I look up at that Skulltula token at any point, it will collect it. So I have to not do that, or else it ruins the trick. So now I'm going to go back to the tree again, and I'm going to go right here. I think that's right? Yeah. Now I'm going to slash my sword, and then I'm going to pull my hook shot out here. And on the second frame that I can see these scratches, I'm going to press hook shot. So we're 1 frame away. It's right there, right? Is that the right frame? Uh-oh. I can't remember, dude.
You're the one who hovers it. I don't.
I think it's the next. I can't
I
remember.
want to say it's the next frame.
Is it the next? Oh no, this is bad, dude.
You safety saved, right?
Yeah, I safety saved. I think it's the next.
Okay,
No, it's not. It's not.
yeah.
It's the next frame. Okay, we're good.
It's next.
Yeah.
So this trick is really precise, because we need to actually get onto that platform.
Okay, so now where
this is
are
the
we
infamous-
dropping?
Where we dropping, boys? So
Fortnite.
if he failed this,
Fortnite.
if he failed this trick, we would have had to reset and
Yeah.
spend some more time. But
Not gonna lie.
thankfully he got it.
I don't think I practiced that segment as much as I remembered, so I was panicked in the moment, being like, "Wait a minute, which frame is it?" Okay, so
Yeah.
now we're gonna Hess over to Zora's Domain, because that's the next place we need to go. So we're gonna do another trick here, where we're gonna clip in, and I'm not gonna talk, so you guys can explain it if you want to.
Sure. So what Lawrence is doing, he's doing a very precise setup because we need to get into Zora's Domain, but as adult, the normal kind of shortcut is frozen over. So we need to do something called a ground clip. Basically, with a very certain angle and speed, we can clip through the ground, and thankfully we get the out of bounds loading zone, which lets us get to domain quickly.
Oops.
And with this, we also need to unfreeze King Zora, but usually you need blue fire. But since we have
Oopsie.
a cutscene item,
You do this.
if we pull it out, when he's cold and he's not on screen, we unload him and reload him. He will be unthawed. It's something to do with a flag or something. I don't want to go too technical with it, but basically he thinks that we unthaw him in blue fire and we get Zora tunic, aka the best tunic in the game
Yeah.
and the
it's-
highlight of this category.
Yeah, you know, the blue tunic, the most important tunic in the game.
A lot of people say Garn tunic's the best, but Zora tunic's better.
Okay. So we're actually getting pretty close to being done with the run, believe it or not. There's not a whole lot left we have to do. It's going to be a lot of like random tasks at this point. It's like we're going to run some errands. So we're going to Hess like this. And what this does is it's going to, this angle, there we go. It just saves time. But we're going to also use it to blow open this wall. Okay. And now this is where we could potentially lose a lot of time, because we have to perform a kind of difficult equip swap. I swear this one always feels like way later than it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and just to mention, you can't pause buffer this either. So
Yeah.
this is a little 1 out of 30 frame. To be more precise, it's the very last frame before you can actually choose an item you want to equip.
Yeah, because what
So
you're
it's
doing
a
is
very hard frame to see.
you're pressing it on the same time that you transition screens. So that means I got it late. This is normal, by the way. Like, it sucks when it happens, but the trick is just kind of tough because it's a 30 FPS trick. And the game runs at 20 normally. I might actually switch C buttons here if this keeps doing this.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be your best option. It's even hard. It's harder to do
There we
it
go.
on C down anyway.
Yeah,
as well,
C
so.
down I feel like is, even though it's just a button difference, I always feel like I struggle with that one way more than the other one. But
But basically, the reason why we did this is because if we drop the fishy, it puts a bottle on the fire arrows,
ugh,
which is required.
That's
Well-
just a perfect example of what we were saying in the beginning. that items that are not blue will be turned into blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
So just to be nice, I mean, I guess we could show everybody in the inventory screen what actually happened with the fire arrow.
Yeah, for sure. I'll explain that too. Yeah, so I'll kind of explain to you while she's talking, doing her fairy thing. When we equip swap something, it's putting an item over the place of something else. So if I update what that item is by, like, let's say I had that bottle of fish there and I dump it and I pick it back up, I'm not actually updating the bottle, I'm updating what it was swapped with. And so since we swapped it for fire arrows, it means it turns fire arrows into a bottle of fish. So now the fire arrows are fish, which is great because otherwise there's no other way to turn them into something blue. So, and you'll see when I open up my inventory, see, it's a bottle of fish. So now we're gonna equip bombs, and we're gonna go to Ice Cavern to get some blue fire.
Really quick, we have $50 donation from I believe Nemine or Nemine. One of those two ought to cover it. Thank you so much. No comment. 532 from Key Otter saying blue percent best percent.
True.
Thank you so much. Another $5 for the match. And then $50 from Marina saying much love from the VR fitness group. And there you go.
Thank you.
And that donation pushed us over 73,000 total raised for direct relief. So thank you so much to everybody who's donated so far, and keep them coming in.
So there's a trick we can do right here, where the Freezard that's going to come over is actually able to be hook shot. And so if we clip into him when we move like this, you can actually clip through the fence, just like that. And this right here, we're going to do another Hess. This Hess is really weird. I personally dislike this Hess a lot because I think the timing is just really awkward.
It's the timing, but you can also target the spinner as well, and it throws off your Hess entirely once you equip past the red ice.
Yeah. Okay. This angle is not good, and this could actually ruin. Yep. Okay. That sucks, dude. That's unfortunate. I didn't target soon enough. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, that Hess is notorious for being... If you'll notice something that's like, when we do... There's a nice icicle. There are 3 Hesses that we kind of do in this game. There's the Bomb Chew Hess, there's that Hess right there, and there's your standard Bomb Hess. And the thing that's hard is that they all have different timings, so you kind of have to, like, get used to the different timing on all of them. Because if you don't, then things like that happen, where you're timing it based off of a different kind of Hess, and then it doesn't work.
Even worse on N64 because the lag of the bomb explosion is terrible.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I remember doing a task from BC, and when I went to N64 to try testing, I couldn't even get a Hess once just because of the lag.
Also, I want to say something. Just to point it out for people who like purple, what you just saw right there is probably the most purple you're gonna get whenever watching this, because the blue fire is actually purple and it has a blue shade outside of it, but it's called blue fire, so that's why we get it.
Yeah.
Also, the warp song here is also purple, so for the purple people, there you go.
That's our purple percent. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna do another thing here. We need to get a bottle on our B button again, which is what we were doing outside of Kakariko before. So we're going to do it again, but we're using a different strat where Link is pushed up against the wall. And we actually got the first frame, which is great. And now we have a bottle of fish on our B button. Okay, and so now we need to go this. The reason I did that was because I can't manually just swap it to the other C button because I can't touch the item. So we kind of Yankee swap it around. And if you pay attention to Link's gauntlets right now, when I pick this fish up, you'll notice that they're going to turn a different color. And now they're blue. And so now we don't need this Cucko anymore. So we're going to trade it. Because we want Kojiro back. So I'm being really careful when I'm mashing here too, because if I mash B too much, I can accidentally do RBA while she's talking. It's very bad if that happens.
Yeah, that would really suck.
Thankfully,
it's a really bad run killer, but yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is now we don't need to have this on C button anymore. We can take it off. But that bottle that's on C right has to stay there. Okay. So that gives us 100 rupees, which is very good. It's not enough, though. We actually need more rupees than that because of something that we're going to be doing a little bit later. So we're actually going to go over here, and we're going to hit this box and get that 20 rupees. And then we're going to jump up here. And then
I
jump
didn't know you could make that jump.
Yep, you can.
I could have
Alright.
saved time there.
I know I added that one in not too long ago. Okay, so now we got our blue potion, so we're getting out of here. We're gonna perform RBA on it as well right now, because why not? Save us some time. So there we go. Okay. Beautiful. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna equip our that, and then we're gonna go back to get Requiem, or we're gonna go back to get Nairu's playing Requiem.
I just want to point something out, Lawrence.
Yeah.
You managed to put blue potion on the third bottle.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Why is it? On...
You did.
Oh, I didn't do the
You
thing. Okay,
equipped-
that's fine.
You
We,
equipped the third bottle.
That's
and
chill.
you sold
Yeah.
the third bottle.
Just a heads up.
yeah. Thank you for reminding me. We will accommodate for that in a little bit then. This means I can't do RBA. Thank you, Lever. What the heck was that?
It's not a huge time loss that I did that. It's just a very inconvenient thing.
It just means that when we go child later, we're gonna have to get an extra fish in that bottle.
Yeah, because when you do RBA with an empty bottle in C, right, whatever you catch in your B bottle will get put onto your third bottle slot.
Yeah.
So when he caught that fish, it put a fish in his third bottle slot.
Yeah. So that will matter. That will matter a little bit later. We're gonna have to make a small detour to fix that. Whoops. Not a huge time loss though, thankfully.
Really quick. We had a $5.93 donation from Speedy at Dead. He says, palindrome. The donation total was a palindrome, but it just got wrecked by Jasper Durgan, who says, this blue percent run is legend. And that's it.
Beautiful.
Thank you for the $5.99. Guys, every $5 donation is going to be matched twice. Literally, somebody's going to donate $10 every time you donate $5. It's literally free money for charity. Let's keep them coming in. I want to see $5 donations flowing in at the speed of light. And then Jasper Durgan with another $5.99 saying dairy. There you go. Completing the original one. There you go.
Legendary.
Yeah, and I think that brings us up to 40.
Beautiful.
I want to say that's 40 matches. There you go.
Okay. So right now you'll notice the door time is closed, and we have Song of Time, but we can't open it by teleporting in. You have to leave and then go back in order for the door to open properly. So that's why we did that. So now we're gonna go open the door.
Oh, I forgot we actually do open
Yeah.
the door.
What will happen if you play the song without leaving is this entire cutscene plays, and then it zooms in on the door, and then nothing happens. It doesn't open. And it plays like the music and
Yeah.
everything, like it's all epic, and you look at the door, and it's just like, nah, I ain't opening.
The Triforce doesn't light up either, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, that's
It
also
lights up in the cutscene, but then after it'll stay lit up, but then once you re-enter, it just dims back to black again.
yeah.
Erica, would it be faster to just do dot skip again and then do reverse child dot skip instead of opening it, or
Say what again?
would it be theoretically faster to just do dot skip again? Oh wait, no, we can't do it. Never mind.
Nah, I don't think
We
so.
have nothing to do it with.
Okay, so what we're going to do here too is we need to RBA this really quickly. Because this gives us bottle 4. And what we're going to do is we're going to do that. Okay, and now we're going to place this.
So should I start mentioning the trick with the 13 nuts? Okay, because this goes with it.
It isn't going to be till we come back from child, so why don't you explain it after we do child segment?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and then actually this is a very short-lived because we just do that and then we go back.
Yeah, okay, so you might have realized Lawrence went child with a fish on B. That's never supposed to happen casually, but if you go child and change something on your C right, it's going to the game's gonna look at your B button because it has to change it in some way to like keep your adult and child clips the same somehow. And what ends up happening is if you have a bottle on your B button, the game is gonna look at your contents of C right, and whatever value it has on C right, it's going to modify the item on B. So it's just like he put neighbor's love on C right on child, which corresponds to the fish. I don't remember what value it is currently off the top of my head, but it puts a bottle of fish on his B button as adult. This didn't matter anyways since he had fish on his B bottle anyways, but if it was just a normal bottle, it would have been fine anyways too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we call bottle adventure. This was found first before RBA, but RBA is a prerequisite for this to even work.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's kind of weird because Bottle Adventure will allow you to kind of write the item number of whatever you want. So essentially, you can put any item on your B button. Ferore's Wind is the most useful one because it allows you to do stuff with wrong warping. So you can use it to like warp you out of dungeons and do stuff, which you'll see at the end of the run. But you can put anything on there. You can put bombs on your B button. It lets you use it in unrestricted places. You can put Megaton Hammer on your B button, and then you never have to go
you can
get
put
it.
fake eye drops on there.
Fake eye drops, yeah. There's a lot of things you can do with it. I'm wondering if I need one more rupee to play the diving mini game. I wonder if I want to just try to get one off of a bush, or if I really want to get those 20 rupees on the.
I'd say just get the 20.
You think so?
You're right here anyways. You might as well.
Yeah, I guess that's
because you'll be right in front of the bridge anyways after the cutscene.
Yeah, totally fair. Totally fair.
This is also a good cutscene if you have any donations you want to read off.
Yeah, we got a bunch. We got a bunch of $5 coming in. $5 donated $5, and then they donate $5 again.
Beautiful.
We got 5 from Nerdy Cuber, and then another $5 from $5. Broken with the 527, saying more $5 donations, keep them coming. $5 again from $5. Jasper Durgan with the $5.99. Let's keep the train going. Yeah, we got a donation train going on right now, and then $5 once again. Thank you so much, $5, whoever you are. Got a 8 donation train up to 47. 53 $5 still for capacity to get a $1,000 donation from Bunny Man. Oh, yeah, we got lots of cutscenes here.
It's a lot in a row. It's this and
yeah,
then
this is
another
a
one.
really long one anyways.
Yeah.
This is like a 2-3 minute cutscene because you have this one, then you also have the cutscene learning the Song of Time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you mind if I do a small little plug slash spiel?
No,
okay.
Please go for it.
Please do.
So, if you guys are new here, this is Side Quest, a production put on by the Zeldathon team as part of Kinstone. We are happy to have Earthsea here doing Ocarina of Time Blue %. We are raising money for direct relief for the Fund for Health Equity. We've been streaming all week. This is actually our last run. We have a finale done by MC, but this is our last game category right now, so not a lot of time to get your donations in. And this donation match, the $5, will only last until this run is over, which is, from what I understand, coming to a close very quickly. So
yeah, it's almost
done.
Keep them coming.
Big shout outs to Sipmaster, by the way.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
$200. All meme donations aside, shout outs to Earth for this sick run. You've been one of my closest friends, and I'm glad to see you doing something you love. And I'm happy to donate to support the run and for charity. Keep it up.
Thank you, Parker. Okay.
Yeah, there's about like 10-15 minutes left,
I'd say
maybe
so.
20 at most.
Yeah, at most.
Oh no.
Very close to being done. Yet another blue rupee.
Yes, there you go. From Emilia, thank you so much. And $5 as well from $5. We're up to 49. We're almost at the halfway point.
Beautiful.
Keep going with the donations because there's another cutscene.
Yeah.
There's about another minute 20-ish. Maybe not that much, but
Gotta love the dank double cutscene. If only we could do double Saria song, right? Like.
oh my god, that wrong warp is something.
You know that.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We watched double cutscene twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is true.
Yeah. If only there was a way to get Ocarina of Time without having to watch 2 cutscenes in a row, you know? Because you can't watch that Ganon cutscene like by going out of bounds or anything. There's no way to like die when you enter
No,
the
there's no way
cutscene.
to trigger it.
Yeah, because the cutscene happens almost like on a different map. Like you warp into another map when you do it.
You could theoretically skip it with a timer in the Starry song as well, but it wouldn't be worth it for this category at least.
Nice fest. Oh, I almost extended it. Okay, that was almost hype.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right, shoutouts to Psyduck's strat here that may or may not go well. We'll find out. If I fail it once,
That's me for not using it.
yeah, I think that Cutco strats are hype too. So, okay, let me get them beans. Someone's being beans. All right.
Mr.
Bean Daddy.
Oh, are we doing the Mega Side Hop in?
No, yeah. I'm just struggling to get ISG off this guy. There we go.
Yeah, ISG is one of those frame perfect tricks, but it's honestly one that's not really worth buffering.
Nice.
It's one of those tricks you can just pick up in about, like, I'd say 1, maybe 2 minutes tops.
ISG is a pretty simple trick. It's definitely one of the ones that you want to learn first because it's a timing based thing. And I think a lot of people think certain tricks in this game are hard. I think they can be in succession with each other, but you have to understand the game runs at 20 FPS, so the tricks are not as hard to do as they may seem.
Yeah, and kind of going on that, if you've seen speedruns before and you think you have to be really good at the game to do them, that's not true at all. You can completely pick up a game that you've never played before and speedrun it. It's just really what comes down is if you want to spend the time to learn it.
Really?
And
okay, I guess we're playing.
Take the time on these tricks.
Not sure why that failed twice. That's really unfortunate, but
I have no.
I have to watch my
reason.
health.
Song of shame.
Yeah, Song of Shame. That's weird that it failed twice. My input should have been fine. All you do is mash roll and side up.
Could it have been your angle possibly?
Nah, my angle was fine. I
Nah.
ESS one frame.
It was just like a timing thing.
Yeah, it happens. It's all good. I'm probably not going to do the Hess right here then. Just because,
No.
nah, it's not worth it at this point. I need the stick anyway. My health is also really low, but oh, I can't die to pose, so this actually doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah. Also,
Well, you can,
don't
but
forget to remind me about that
it's-
fish.
yeah, I got you. So you actually can die by the Poe. It's just a 50-50 gamble. 5 times, like 7 times out of 10, you won't die from the fairy, not fairy, but Poe.
For the Poe, yeah.
Okay, RNG for the diving minigame.
Okay, I landed on one. That's nice. That section I can hit it all. Is that gonna hit? Okay.
Yeah.
It's the dive minigame is kind of weird because the RNG that you get on it can be really bad. Like
Yeah, it's also a bit harder in this case because I believe it's when we RBA'd the Pocket Coco as adult,
Yeah, but there's a
we
dive.
got a fake, it was a Deku Seed item, which
Yeah.
puts our diving minigame, our diving meter to 1.
Yeah, so we have a glitch dive meter right now that only lets us do it. We only have 1 dive, which is really, really unfortunate, honestly. But okay, now we get to play the most fun part of the run, which is okay. There we go. This
Fish
part,
roulette.
yeah, fish roulette kind of blows at times because the fish need to go in the right spots for you to get it. Oh wait, what? Awkward.
So basically, we're just gonna do the last kind of dupes and RBA. So if you have any donations, kind of last final donations, feel free to read them off.
Yeah, sure thing. We got $5 from $5 again. $5 from Kalazi 5. Choo choo. We actually got $50 from $50. There you go, keeping it consistent. Okay, this next one's great. Perry donated $5 saying, why do they call it blue percent when you in the cold blue, out hot, eat the blue?
Beautiful.
Thank you very much for your $5.
Oh my goodness. How is this not touching?
Yeah. Got
Go ahead.
3 more donations from $5. We got $5 footlong saying Subway Eat Fresh. We're not sponsored, but thank you. $5 again, twice. Aurora Morgan with the 511 just to make the funny man match. Perry with the $5 saying, last donation. Thanks to the Kinstone team, the volunteers, the guests, and everybody in the Zeldathon community for another amazing week. Thank you for all your donations. Mysterio Lies with $200 saying, dumping the last of my donation budget. Earthbound happiest voice. Blue, 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 blue. I don't know what that is. I haven't played Earthbound.
I like that. The blue colt. Yeah, the happy. That's funny. Okay.
And then again, $5. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did you get the extra fish?
I did.
Okay.
Nice job reminding me.
Wow.
As I'm up at the top. Hey, did you get that fish?
Did you get that fish?
Get that thing I sent you? Alright. As you can see, our inventory is pretty much done. There's one more thing, well, 2 more things we have to do. We need to get rid of the stick. So as you notice right now, I have a stick, and earlier I did a trick to equip swap a stick as adult. The reason for that is we need the stick. The stick is very important. But we don't want to have the stick in our inventory when we beat the game. So what it does is I did a trick to offset it. So Link will have the stick as a weapon in his inventory so we can kill King Dodongo. However, he will not have the stick in the equipable inventory. So it'll be a bottle of fish, but he'll be able to equip it on a C button. Nice. Love this vine.
There actually is a way to skip this owl. It involves pull out the ocarina, pause, quitting playing, and then just pausing once, doing it on
really?
Setup. Yeah, you can, if you pull out the ocarina at the way top, quit and pause immediately, unpause and set up input lag, like pause lag, you can just backwalk straight past his trigger, because it goes way up top too.
I didn't know that.
I did it in the low task.
Oh.
That we watched.
Did you?
Remember that guy? That task guy?
Yeah. Who was that guy again?
Yeah,
Who was that guy?
The guy who was slow.
Yeah, the low task slow guy.
Slow task. Yeah, Kyle is our resident Let's Player.
Yeah. I hope with the times with this category now, I guess, and seeing if the route works in a way.
No, this is just me, and I'm just kind of realizing this now, and you know, this is all blue percent and everything, and we're gonna beat King Dodongo. But I just realized that after you beat King Dodongo, the lava in this room kind of just, you know, cools down, and I mean, like, blue water, you know, cools it down.
But here's the thing.
Big fire lizard, you know, you beat him, you know, your own, yeah. I don't know.
But you know what makes no sense? You can still get hit by that 4-2 sometimes.
I know, it's kind of weird. Okay, so we have 2, I'm going to open inventory so you can see. We have 1 more item that needs to become blue, and that is our dense fire. So, perfect timing for Song of Time, since we're just about to go back in time. Wait, that's Serenade,
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so now our dense fire is also fish. And the last thing we have to do is put a fish on our C button, and as you can see, our inventory is complete. We are ready to go back to being adult.
Once again, this will activate Bottle Venture. It will just give us a fish on our B button.
Well, I mean,
Well,
not
actually,
getting this
no.
fish.
It'd be Fair's wins debated, because remember when we threw 2 nuts when we went down to 13, Decanuts has a value of 13, which corresponds to Pharaoh's Wind. So wherever we can use our Master Sword, we can use Pharaoh's Wind, which will be really useful later on, aka now.
Yeah, so
We're going to set it here. We're going to place it in Temple of Time coming from the Ruined Market. And this will allow for something really cool later on to happen.
So all we have to do now is kill King Dodongo.
The hardest boss in the game.
Hardest boss in the game. It is important during this time. You'll notice I have a stick, and the thing that if you are astute, you will know.
The astute viewer.
The astute viewer, thank you, Kita, is that sticks break. So it's very important that we don't accidentally break our stick. Because if our stick breaks, then the run is actually completely over, because we have no way to damage King Dodongo. Which is why we didn't kill him earlier, we left, because we are actually going to kill him now.
Yeah, we actually had a route before that we would kill KD in the first trip that we get bombs, and then we would come back later at the end. But it was just faster to leave and then kill him later.
That was a good Hess.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I make a small request to
Sure.
everybody in chat?
Yeah.
Since we have all the blue items, I want to see as many people as possible change their username color to blue as possible. Can we do that? Can we get everybody to change their name to blue
I
in the
want to see
Twitch
that
chat?
VOD. I want to see that part of the VOD.
Getting hit by the
Later on.
freaking unfortunate. You know,
It's gonna be great.
to account for some of the bad RNG here, I'm actually going to use the fish method for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'd appreciate it if you would at some point equip the right tunic.
Don't worry.
Yeah. You
No,
haven't
don't
done
worry.
that yet?
No, don't worry. It's happening. I have not forgotten.
So, if you remember casually, we have to push the block. We're not going to do that. We're just going to use Ocarina items to play 2 cutscenes at once. And for some reason, this delays the cutscene. Well, not the cutscene, but the bar is coming down. So we can skip that block puzzle.
And here's our boy.
80.
Hardest boss in the game.
Look at all these blue usernames, by the way.
It's gorgeous.
Loving this coordination.
Okay.
Very nice.
So the first thing we need to do is get away to get ISG. And now we're going to do that. We're going to hit
That's
it.
the OT3D, where King Dodongo just eats the bombs straight out of your hands.
He's hungry. He's a little... Oh,
He's a hungry boy.
that's unfortunate.
That's...
It's fine. It just means that I
Yeah,
have to
it's
do that.
fine.
Yeah. So, shout outs to this wall. And we're gonna Naira's Love for extra blue.
Blue Diamond, let's
Blue
go.
Diamond glitch time.
Diamond.
It's the Blue Diamond glitch.
Should I start playing crawling?
Yes, please do. I'm so glad you know about Blue Diamond glitch.
Don't worry. Unfortunately, I think it'll get us DMCA'd. But
Yeah. Well, we
the
used
sentiment is
to
there.
play I'm Blue at the end of the run.
Yeah,
Of course.
the only thing I know what happened is just this part would get muted. So, sadly, the commentary would as well, but it's...
And conveniently enough right here, because the warp is still coming up, we have a lot of time to walk into this, so it's very easy to do this.
time
Pretty soon
is
here.
coming up here soon on the white fade.
And time.
That is time.
So it's
GG.
142.41. I want to know what world record is, actually.
Well, I mean, it
it's-
should be about like 140 if you do apply the new rules. When did this new rule about the race file start?
It was
Recently.
like a month or... It was a few months ago. They decided that all meme categories can go race file.
Let's
I
see.
think Dan
You think
is
Dan
like a
what?
143-ish. I think it's like it's
Let me
hello.
see. Let me see. Blue percent's
140,
world.
I know that.
His is 140.
142
Yeah,
or something.
140.46. So that's pretty close. We were only 2.5
Pretty close,
minutes
yeah.
off. Yeah.
This would put you second place.
Almost.
So,
So
GG.
given the amount of mistakes that happened
Yeah.
through there too, I think that's actually a pretty decent time. So.
Yeah.
And that
Well, yeah, I
is
mean,
it.
yeah,
Yo,
that's it.
congrats.
Yep.
Nice. All right, I'm just gonna read through a couple more donations real
Please
quick.
go for it.
All right, 3 times $5. Thank you so much to whoever $5 is for all the donations.
You legend.
Agox with the 135.56. Thank you. $5 again. Souffle Shark, $5. Please say in strong bad voice.
What's the thing? Hang on.
All the way at the top.
Give me a second, and I will do it. All the way at the top.
Horse but wings.
Nice. 1337 from Toastador saying, when you mess up in this category, do you call them bloopers?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You
They
absolutely
are
do.
bloopers.
We have lots of
that's a good
bloopers this
one.
run.
I just want to point something out is that I noticed it now. I never thought about it before, but it's pretty funny. At the end here, you see Link walking up to Zelda at the end cutscene. He's completely blue, and she turns around and looks super shocked.
And he's also adult.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Who is this man? All right, Drum Ultima donated 3 different $5 donations saying Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. Those are all blue Pokemon. Thank you.
Yes. Indeed.
Beautiful.
Monica with 1875 saying, did you say nut? Also, welcome to Secret Sounds. Thank you, Monica.
We did say nut.
It's true. What just as a question, do we have any time left over to like show some cool tricks and things like that?
You have about 20 minutes of free time. if you
Okay,
want.
guys, we should show off cool tricks.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Should we show off the hook shot trick in the hook shot moblin?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, hang on. We're gonna do some
That task is in the works actually.
for that.
It's in the works.
Oh, that's beautiful. So we're gonna need to boot up something called Practice ROM to do this.
Do you want me to explain what this is?
Wait,
While you're like,
oh yeah.
like what? So what Orange is gonna boot up is something we call GD or the practice realm. This is pretty much just a hack that was made by Goink, who is a very helpful person in the speedrunning community for Ocarina of Time. This lets us practice tricks, learn more about the game, get used to it. And one thing I use it for is who assisted speedruns or who assisted demonstrations. That part doesn't matter. What matters here is that we can do anything we want in this game, pretty much. That we have capabilities of.
It's really useful for practice. So I'm going to show you something. I don't even know what you call this trick. It's really funny though. So let's see. We need to go to, I think it's Overworld, right?
Yeah, Overworld.
Secret Forestman. Okay, from Woods. So what we're going to do here is this file has everything. So as you can see, we have all the items here. So what we're going to do is, wait, I don't know why I'm doing this. I have L to levitate. Whatever.
5 points anyways.
Yeah, 5 points anyways. Okay. So, there's a moblin over here, and we're gonna need him to cooperate with this. So you'll see he walks back and forth. Unfortunately, he's all the way over here, so we gotta wait for him to come all the way back this way, but we're gonna do something really silly.
Oh, when you do this, hold ESS in it.
What about ESS?
If you're going to go in the minuet cutscene, hold ESS.
I know. I definitely. Yeah, unfortunately, this guy's a little bit slow, so we kind of have to wait for him to get over here. Because what
He's a big boy.
our goal is that we want him to go into the water here. So as soon as he hits this corner, he'll turn, and then we're gonna get him to go towards the water. Like I said earlier, unfortunately, he's got to go pretty far to get here. So then he'll like look around. He'll come this way.
Oh, I forgot he turned down this way.
Yeah, because you have to get him to go all the way over there. So what we're gonna do is he's gonna go over there, and then he's gonna charge at us when we step out. So Huh, he's very perceptive. Okay, so then he goes like this, and we're just gonna give him a little help. We're gonna help him go a little bit further. And now we're gonna go in here into the water, and we're gonna equip our hover boot or our iron boots to go to the bottom. And then he's gonna be like a little angry about that, and so naturally he's gonna charge us like that. And we're gonna take the boots off. And there's something weird that happens now. So if I ever equip my hook shot, as you'll notice right here. Oh wait, it didn't work. Okay, let's see. I must have been a frame late.
It was either frame early or frame late. I haven't done this chicken forever.
I know, I was thinking about it too. I was like, wait, I don't remember. It's been forever since I did this. It's the first damage frame. Is he really not? He is not wanting to. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, dude. What is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, Navi knows what she's doing. Thanks. So Navi, when Navi text comes up, you can't pause.
Nope.
Okay, so this should be fine. Okay, there we go. That's the frame. So then you take the boots off, and then you go back up. And when you go back up, now something very weird will happen if you pull out the hook shot. Link will do that. Okay, so we're gonna combo this. Link also has a weird interaction with damage. He like won't take damage properly. Let's see if we can show it. So like, he like doesn't take damage. See right there, I just tanked the hit. He just doesn't care. So Link has a weird interaction with damage. So if we go up to this cutscene right here though, like right as we get in it and we pull up the hook shot, we enter the cutscene, now this happens. And if you hold ESS, he does that.
It's just great.
And so Link will
Can you crash the game like this?
Can you crash it? No, it doesn't crash. This doesn't crash it.
You.
So one thing is funny about here too is so Sheik will show up, and Sheik normally walks to meet Link, but Link isn't there to be met, so she just keeps going. There she goes. Bye-bye. So, and you can hear Link, he's now hitting concrete, so that means he's on the pedestal. And we'll see, there he is, you see his arm? So you can see him, he's hanging out. And if you hold that direction again, does that. If you hold shield, he does this.
It's great.
So there's no function to this, by the way, if you were wondering, like, what is this used for? Nothing.
It's nothing. It's just one of those cool glitches to show off in a showcase.
Yeah, check that out.
The expedition.
There's a great noise. Listen to him go.
It sucks. Startucks and I can't hear it.
Yeah.
No, I have a stream open.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's what that looks like. And then you're stuck, by the way. There is no way to get out of this.
This is just
animation.
a soft lock.
Yeah, this soft locks the game. So we'll reload our save state. And then we can go somewhere else. What's another cool trick while we have like another couple minutes left? What else is something cool that we could show? I'm trying to remember something neat like that we didn't show in this run. That isn't SRM or Ace.
There is the archer guy. You can lift the archer.
How do we do that again? Don't we need
You RBA Kujiro, but you don't get. Okay, basically you RBA Kujiro, and
you know what? That I'm not.
Yeah,
if you're not even sure, we're not doing it because we could do it and it would just be a waste of time. So instead, I'm going to show you something else that's kind of cool. So we're gonna go do some cool boss.
If you go into beat Baronade with iron boots on, you sink into the ground and then you sink into the water while Riddle's stalking you.
So if you can do this thing against walls where you can press up on the C stick as you're like that, and you can see through it. So you can actually see that Phantom Ganon's here the whole time. His actor gets called up to the top of the platform once the fight starts. This is also the same case for Morpha.
With Vavagia.
Yeah, Vavagia too. So Morpha's the same way. So Morpha's hanging out right there. Something that's kind of weird with Morpha is that it is actually possible to pull Morpha into the boss room. Like, kind of. But you can't really do anything once Morpha's in the boss room.
You can't start the fight. You can't do damage to her, but she can do damage to you.
So, like, I don't have long shot, but normally you could pull her into here, but it doesn't do anything, unfortunately. The last one that's kind of cool is Volvagia. So, and I probably should have the right tunic on. So,
yeah, you got time. You have a
minute 40. Yeah, it's cool. Just put it on. So, we're going to do the same thing with the bow here. So, if we do a weird shot right here. Volvagia exists, and interestingly enough, because there are two Volvagias. There's the one that you play whack-a-mole with that comes out through the holes, and then there's Volvagia that's like underground. And this Volvagia is modeled off of R-Wing from Star Fox 64. It's got the same thing. You can actually find models of it like in the data files that you can actually get at R-Wing to show up in the game. So that she's just like a heavily modified R-Wing. But if we hit her 9 times,
you can hit her less with ice arrows.
Yeah.
They do double damage. Also, with the Star Fox thing, they're still in the game. You just have to use arbitrary code execution or ACE to get them into the game. But they still do exist.
Yeah, so if we go over here now, we start the Volvagia fight. Normally, Volvagia, Volvagia is like 10 health, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. But Volvagia can't be killed with anything but the Megaton hammer. So it doesn't matter how many times you hit her; she has to have the final blow dealt with the hammer. It's just the way they make it so that the hammer is a requirement for the fight.
You just have to stun her with it. You can get it on the 0, but you still need to stun her with the hammer.
Yeah, but the hammer is used in order to be able to beat the fight. Is the point? So what you can do here is like Volvagia normally will just show up, right? And then you just wait till she comes out of the hole. Hit her with the hammer. And the fight's over. And so that's one way that you can do it. There's another way you can do it too with bombs, where like that little hole that she first dives into, there's a very small hitbox that you can damage with bombs. And you can use that in order to kill her as well.
So that's a rando strat right there.
Yeah.
133 is what Lawrence was talking about. That's also used in glitchless.
I'm gonna pause.
It's just another neat way to kill her easily.
So we're gonna do a couple things here because I want to show off 1080.
Ooh,
it might crash the game, which would be perfect because that's a wonderful place to stop if it crashes.
Yeah. Should I kind of explain 1080?
I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a thing. We're gonna try to do a thing at least. It's called 1080 wrong warp. So we're gonna do a wrong warp, and we're going to try to go through the door to the boss at the same time that the dungeon tries to lift us out. So, oh baby.
The fish troll.
So this is something that can happen called fish troll. So I can't move from this spot. This does happen in runs, and there isn't really like a good way to fix it. Thankfully, we're playing on practice ROM, so I'll just give myself another fish. But that does actually kill runs. I have lost a couple runs before in Fire Temple because of the fish doing that. So normally you pick it up as soon as you drop it, right? Like this should just pick it up instantly, like that. So it's random. Fish has collision. So now we're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna backflip and we're gonna pull out the hook shot. Okay. And so now Link is facing like this, and we're gonna walk towards the lava. It's gonna pull us up like this. And now we're gonna get into a corner here, like this. And we're gonna clip through the statue like this, okay? So, and then we're gonna shield turn to our right. And then we're going to, oh, I totally fucked it up. Fricked it up, excuse me. Apologies on my language. And when the camera turns like this, we're gonna hold left. And Link will turn and start to jump.
Hence 1080 on our wonderful name.
Yeah. And so when this here goes out of focus, we're kind of using the wall on the right as an indicator. As soon as it goes out of focus, we're going to do another input. So I'm holding directly left right now and trying to pause buffer to the correct frame. I think it's 2 away. I cannot seem to... Wow.
So you have GZ just transvented, but... whatever.
Okay, I think this frame is actually correct. And so when Link's foot now passes over that crystal, we're going to actually do another adjustment, which is 1 frame away from where we are right now. What the heck? I'm so surprised. There we go. So now we're going to target, and that's going to put us up here, okay? And now what we're going to do is that we are in the perfect position to do the rest of this wrong warp. So we are going to ESS left, pull out our hook shot, and then hold left. And now we're looking at the corner of this door. And as soon as the door comes into focus, we'll know that we're good. So it's a little bit more kind of there. We need to see the door a little bit better. Like that. So we're going to walk forward until Link is out of focus, and then we're going to target. And now we're in the perfect position. So we're going to ESS to the right. We're going to pull out our hammer, and then we're going to swing the hammer at the same time, and Link will take a step back, and it'll push him through the door, and at the same time it'll wrong warp. And if I have the right cutscene, like the flag set, or the, what would you call that? The
Pointer.
pointer, thank you, set, it'll take me somewhere.
Cutscene pointer, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to find out what it does. And it takes you to Ganon's castle. So you actually use this in all dungeons and MST, which are routes where you do the entire game. You do all the dungeons, and you use
And
that.
no SRM.
Yeah, and you use that as a way to, like, after doing all the dungeons, you have Fire Temple as your final dungeon, and then you do that wrong warp to Ganon's castle, and then you fight Ganon, and then the run is over. So I kind of wanted it to crash, but I think that that's a good place for us to stop, just because I think there's enough glitch showing. But I think the last thing that I would like to say is just thank you to everybody who came out and watched. Blue Percent's really cool. Myself, Psydox, and Kyle have put a lot of work into this route, and it's not done. This route right here is actually kind of a, I would almost call it like not an older version, but this route is something that is getting sort of old because we're looking at other more new strats that could potentially save more time. We actually all just sat down as a group and took the route, like tore it apart from the bare bones minimum and just restructured it. And so right now we're all working as a team to try and reshape the route in some different ways that might be faster. And yeah, so it's very cool to have a community around a very niche kind of run like this, because there's so much cool stuff in this game. Ocarina of Time has a lot of really neat tricks and a lot of cool stuff about it that is outside of just the 7%, 80% routes that most people see. Like, as you saw with Blue Percent, there's a lot of really cool, ingenuitive tricks in this game that you can see if you leave Kokiri Forest for once. So that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
I don't know if the two of you have anything you want to
I was
say.
going to say, you could have shown a master glitch, but
Oh, yeah.
what I would have to say is that, honestly, thank you, Lawrence, for inviting me to this event and bringing me into kind of like the routing and the more like backbone to what Blue Percent is. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Thank you, StarTalks and Lawrence, for answering all the stupid questions I had with this route. That's about it for me, really.
Thank you. Really quick for me, we got a bunch of donations. We did hit the total match. We got part of it from Funny Man. It was a $511 donation.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
get the rest of that sometime during the next segment. We got 43 donations. I'm not going to read them all, but thank you so much to everybody who donated $5 for that. Last thing I'll say for you guys, if you guys want to plug where people can find you, we have the command for your Twitters, but if you guys have anything else you'd like for people to follow you on, feel free to say so now.
Nope.
If you want to catch more low like passes of this category, they'll be on my YouTube, youtube.com/Kyle_speedruns. I post low tads, passes on there. That's about it, really.
You can follow me on Twitter if you would like more OOT stuff and also memes and other things like that. So thank you.
I'm really not much into social media and all of that. I'm sorry about that, but thank you all for watching. That's all I want to say. I'm going to go to work, so bye.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed.
Sounds good.
All right.
12 in the morning.
And I will close it off by, per request, as saying, "Dabba dee, dabba bye."
Incredible. All right, with that, we are ready to transition. Folks, stay tuned. We're going to have a finale put on by the directors of the event, so it's not over yet. We'll have a short transition, and there's still a little bit more side quests, so stay tuned.
All right, thank you.
Storytime with Trina presents I Want My Hat Back by John Clausen, performed for you by the Kinstone Team.
My hat is gone. I want it back. Have you seen my hat?
No, I haven't seen your hat.
Okay, thank you anyway. Have you seen my hat?
No, I have not seen any hats around here.
Okay, thank you anyway. Have you seen my hat?
No. Why are you asking me? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any hats anywhere. I would not steal a hat. Don't ask me any more questions.
Okay, thank you anyway. Have you seen my hat?
I haven't seen anything all day. I have been trying to climb this rock.
Would you like me to lift you on top of it?
Yes, please.
Have you seen my hat?
I saw a hat once. It was blue and round.
My hat does not look like that. Thank you anyway. Have you seen my hat?
What is a hat?
Thank you anyway. Nobody has seen my hat. What if I never see it again? What if nobody finds my hat? My poor hat. I miss it so much.
What's the matter?
I have lost my hat and nobody has seen it.
What does your hat look like?
It is red and pointy and I have seen my hat. You stole my hat. I love my hat.
Excuse me, have you seen a rabbit wearing a hat?
No. Why are you asking me? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen any rabbits anywhere. I would not eat a rabbit. Don't ask me any more questions.
Okay. Thank you anyways.
Hi, it's Penny here, aka Starlet, and you're watching SideQuest A Fantastic Journey, a 6-day charity marathon featuring some of your favorite games and gamers. This marathon, we're supporting Direct Relief, and 100% of your donations go to them. Direct Relief is an amazing charity, and they're dedicated to providing humanitarian aid through disaster response, emergency preparedness, and medical aid. They're active in all 50 states in America and also more than 80 countries. And they have targeted assistance to populations affected by other things such as natural disasters and poverty. Not only that, but the recently established Health Equity Fund seeks to address the lack of access to life-saving medicine and information in Native, Hispanic, and Black communities. They're investing in long-term solutions by providing medical training, connecting with communities on local levels, and addressing food and housing insecurity. Direct Relief also has a perfect score on Charity Navigator, and as I said, 100% of your donations go to them. We love them, we think they're amazing, and we're so excited to be fundraising for them. Now, I don't know about you, but the last year or so, I've spent pretty much wearing the same set of pajamas all year round, and I think it's about time I get some new clothes. Luckily, we have some amazing shirts for sale at zeldathon.net/store. All of the shirts are $14, and $5 of each sale goes to Direct Relief. This super cute Star Fox shirt by Digitoony features everyone's favorite Space Fox and crew. I love this one. I might be a bit biased because it's got stars on it though. If you're a fan of Demon Souls, then grab your swords and get ready to slay some monsters with this shirt by Rain T. Wakefield. And if you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts, then you'll love this Sora shirt by Ninitro. This one is really cool. And finally, Evelyn Jade Art has brought us this stunning and spooky shirt of Link traveling through a forest with his fairy companion. I love them all. I want them all. I will probably get them all. And if this wasn't enough, it's like they read my mind and looked to see what I love most, because we are selling Finn pins designed by our own Artsy Rosie. It's super, super cute. I am absolutely picking one up. They cost $10 and $4 of every sale goes to Direct Relief. We've had P for printed shirts. We've had P for pins, and now we have P for prizes. We have amazing prize packages for each of our 10 game blocks, and when you donate $10 or more during a game block, you'll be entered to win. Look, there's stickers, there's badges, there's a super, super cute Yoshi on the left there. Oh, it's amazing. And if that wasn't enough, if you donate a cumulative $50 throughout the event, you'll be entered to win our grand prize package, including an Xbox Series S console and 6 months of Game Pass Ultimate. If you're someone who's unable to donate but you still want to support us and help out and have a chance of winning something, then we have our social giveaways as well. These giveaways are open to fans all around the world, and they're a great way to share the event and to help raise funds for Direct Relief, even if you're unable to donate. So keep your eyes peeled on our social media. Speaking of social media, I've got a handy list here for you so you can make sure that you're keeping up to date on every platform. In between events such as SideQuest, we have regular streams on our Twitch channel, so make sure you're following on there for lots and lots of shenanigans. If you want more info on the event, the charity, maybe you want to check the schedule, then make sure to look at our website, which is zeldathon.net. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. Twitter is at Zeldathons with an S on the end, and Instagram is just Zeldathon. And we have a YouTube channel that has weekly videos spanning 10 years of Zeldathon history. So if you're like me and you're sad after SideQuest is done, then that's definitely something to watch after. And not to brag or anything, but I have become an expert procrastinator by sinking many, many hours into TikTok. And Zeldathon has one too. Follow at Zeldathon for lots of great videos. And that's it from me. I hope you guys are enjoying SideQuest A Fantastic Journey, and I will catch you cool cats in the chat.